Hi everyone, this is Nadia. I'm an occult specialist that uses spiritual intelligence to empower entrepreneurs into a healthy, empowered money story to live a balanced life. Today we're going to be covering Clonic and how to bring more money in your life by changing your mentality. So it goes without little surprise that the world is pretty much upside down at the moment with everything that's happening, and it's not by accident, it's by design. It's designed to have a huge wealth transfer between the common class and the upper class. That's the best way I can try to describe it. I was really looking forward to doing this video in my garden, and I got halfway, so this is a reshoot of a video, and this guy comes with a leaf blower, a lawnmower, and I was like, oh my goodness. So here I am shooting part 2, so take 2 of this video. I hope everything goes well. Okay, so really sitting with Clonic, the spirit of wealth value merchant finance, has been instrumental and life-changing for me. So many people have come and asked me what's the difference between working with Clonic or Mammon. Mammon is very much to do with success mentalities. I do work with him, not so much as I've worked with Clonic, but he is when you want general expansion and when you want to like expand your life completely, like huge expansion, if that makes sense. Clonic is very methodical. Clonic, for most people that are not aware, he falls under the sun sign of Virgo. Now, I personally love that because I'm moon to him, so my moon sign is Virgo, and his sun, meaning like if somebody would ask you what's your sign, he's a Virgo and I'm moon to him, meaning that whatever like assignments or whatever he's told me has always worked out in my favor because he's very methodical. What I find with most people when it comes to their money is they're not methodical. They're very careless with their money. They're not, I don't like using the word budgeting a lot, but what I want to say is they're not disciplined with their finance. That, you know, you need to have finance for X amount, you need to do this, you need to do that. And even if more is coming in, even if you are abundant, even if whatever it is, it pays good money, literally, to take care of your finances because your finances take care of you. Okay, so one of the first things that Clonic always told me is that people in victim mentality simply can't make money. It's just not possible to bring in large amounts of money when you have victim mentality. Perversely, when I work with people and when they come to me, and if their money mentality or around their wealth more than anything, I always go really deeply into their story because ironically enough, even when people have been successful with money, even when they have successful businesses, investments, that does not mean to say that they've not done it from a place of it not being correctly done, so to speak. So victim mentality, what is that, and what do I want to discuss with Clonic today? Okay, so victim mentality is when you are unconsciously finding ways to prove the fact that you've been victimized by somebody. For instance, trying to make everything about yourself. So somebody can maybe make a post or make like a chat or something like that, and they can end up saying, oh, well, you know, I went through this or I went through that, and here I am jumping in, oh my God, yeah, it was worse for me, it was so bad, blah, blah, this, that. I believe each person has overcome something. Some of us much worse than others. That's again not me putting myself in a driver's seat where I say, oh my God, but victimhood has become very perverse. In fact, what I want to say is that victimhood is now rewarded in society. If you are a victim, people are supposed to feel sorry for you, people are supposed to give you free money, and that is the whole premise of the welfare system that I want to cover in this. So I remember doing an evocation with Clonic, and I asked him, I said, Clonic, what do you think of the welfare system? And the first words he gave me was financial abuse, which pretty much has covered it. But when I asked him a little further, I said, okay, financial abuse, but for instance, somebody really needs it, blah, blah. And he was like, what happened with the welfare system is that it was something really good. If somebody fell on hard times, there would never be a point that you didn't have a place to live or you couldn't eat. And that is something very honorable to create in a society. What's happened is that came from a place of security, benevolence, and kindness. And of course, most people have taken advantage of it. And when people choose to live in victimhood, they love the sympathy, they love the attention they get for being unwell, for having it hard, whatever victim insert statement over here that you wish to make, it's there. It's impossible to bring that, like I've said, bring money when you have this story that's going on in your head of how you're so hard done and life is so hard and it's so difficult and you've tried everything. When I say this, I can confidently say, as a woman that's overcome everything designed to kill her at close range, that if you think you've exhausted all your options, the joke is that you haven't. I still remember being about 23, 24 at probably the height, like I've often spoken about, the height of my possession, the height of magic being on me. And I remember finding this booklet on eBay. I just bought it. I was like beyond desperate. I don't try and hide my story from anybody because it's important that people hear real accounts of what's happened. And I still remember, I can't remember, I think it's called The Miracle of Providence. I don't know the actual title, but it's a very small booklet. And one of the most instrumental things I ever found from that financially was, if you think you've exhausted your options, you haven't. Like, I won't get into my whole story of what happened, how it happened. But fortunately, I'm free, alhamdulillah, and I am myself now. And one of the major things that I find with people when it comes to their money story is victimhood more than anything. Fearing large amounts of money, fearing there's something inherently evil if you make big amounts of money, fearing that it's too difficult. Women have been trained, this is specifically for women now, women have been trained that large amounts of money are only for men. Like, if you make a lot of money, men don't really want you. I say this openly to women that yes, when you do make healthy money, by default, a lot of men will be eliminated out of your life. That's just the nature of things, and that's how it goes, okay? So no woman, if you're a woman watching this, you should not be afraid to play small for a man or keep yourself small for society, because there are a lot of successful men who want a woman who is also well placed in herself as well. And obviously if they don't, they're looking to control her. So I just wanted to throw that little bit of tidbit inside it. So let's get on to the juicy part more than anything. Like, how do you really bring in money? What's the secret sauce that everybody wants to know? Well, money is not particularly just a piece of paper. Money is intangible. What most people don't seem to understand is that the intangibility of money is what actually brings it towards you. People see, a lot of people come to me and they say, I want more clients, I want more sales, I want my business to thrive. Let's just cut the bullshit. You want money. Just say that. Because when you're lying to yourself, you can't really get what's really there for you. The real truth, I say, I have a client that I work with and I've said to her, just admit it to yourself. You love being chronically underpaid. You like not making a lot of money. You like not being visible. You like being small. And that's a hard truth to take. Those are the kind of truths that I had to physically pull out of my body in order to get to where I am and in order to get to where I want to be with you guys, and obviously to expand Spartanite bigger. We're trained in society to shrink ourselves down, to people please, to be small, and all of this is coming up with money. This is a very strong money story. Your money story shifts when your vibration shifts. There is a mentality around it, sure. There is a paradigm around it I can help change. But the paradigm, more than anything, comes from your vibration. What does your vibration mean? Everything, every living thing, every living organism has a law of oscillation that it vibrates at. Some are very, 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 very high. Some are low. So if there are two friends, I will give an example. So I want you to guys think of two friends over here. So we've got two friends and they are at the same vibration, and one friend starts to move upwards slowly. He or she just is more determined, more hardworking, more ambitious, more focused, just moving. The other person's going to start to feel, whoa, where do you think you're going? What do they want to do? Pull you back down. Vibrationally, you cannot have people in your life that's not on your level. Vibrationally, you can open doors that are invisible to you. As much as you guys think, oh, anybody watching this, I can't really do that. That's not really for me. Vibrationally, things can take you to the top where you're like, you will freak out. Recently, I performed ritualistic work for myself. I'll give you guys a little bit of the story, so I guess you can follow on. So vibrationally, I wanted to attract a certain sphere of people into my life. Well, let's just say they came, they weren't the right people, and the magic that I performed took me to the top 1% of the 1% in the world, where I was about like, yeah, maybe not. They are, I don't want to give names over here, but there are people where you look at them and you're like, whoa. Okay, so you guys were born into these families, but I can sit here and you know, and you have to make your decisions. You have to make your decisions of what you're willing to do, what you're willing to get involved in, what you're not willing to do. But the interesting part that I always say is that money is accessible for practically anyone. You know, money doesn't have prejudice, it isn't moral, it doesn't have morals, it doesn't care. It will be picked up by anybody who knows what the ruby laws of prosperity are and how to deal with it, basically. Most people don't have an understanding of what to do with that money when they come in. So what do? They fritter it away, they squander it away, so on and so forth. So vibrational alignment is removing all those horrible blocks you have in your head, and you're in your subconscious mind, in your superconscious mind, in your unconscious mind of money is really, really hard to make. I have to work so hard for it. The answer is you don't. You really, really don't. And when you say that to people, they become angry because they think, oh, she must be born in a very rich family. Oh, she must be lazy. Oh, she must be having a rich husband. Those secondary thoughts, or those thoughts that are annexed to that, come up very quickly. And when I take clients through this exercise, it's really deep. There was a guy who was making about, I would say, £500,000 a year that came to me. And he was all like, I want to increase it more. And I said, oh, wow, you've done well for yourself. Let's move upwards. And I started to really dig that the way he had done business was, it was okay, it was good. And obviously he had the results for it. But it wasn't really something that was in alignment with his heart's desire. And that's most people's fear, that I have to sell my soul to do something and make money in like nefarious and dodgy ways. No, you do not. I don't make it in any shady, weird, suspicious ways. And I make sure that I set a living example for that with my clients, my family, with my friends. I think it's very important. So we went into his story. He's got one sister, and we dug. We went really deep into his story. And yeah, he had gone through so much neglect. He had gone through so much abuse, so much manipulation, so much gaslighting, so much. It was just unbelievable. But because he was ambitious, such as myself, he was able to override that for a period of time. There did come a point where he had all the toys, the jewels, the whatever you want to call it. He lived very successfully in central London. But he was still unhappy inside. And he was not that he was unhappy that he had made a lot. Of course, he lived a very good life for himself. He was unhappy that it wasn't touching his heart. It wasn't filled with empathy. It wasn't filled with kindness. It was not filled with compassion. And he came to realize that after he went through like a really, really bad split with, I think, his partner. He was telling me about it. And I felt sad when he said that. And he said, you know, it made me realize so many things about bringing in money and how to do it in a healthy and how to do it in a correct way. There was still a part of him that was trying to amass large amounts of money to show off to people, to show people that he was relevant, to show people in maybe his childhood or his adolescence who told him that he'd never make it, or told him that he would never amount to anything. So it's like the fuck you, you know, you'll see who I am, basically. And you never want to make money from that perspective, because you're always angry, and one day you're gonna get fed up of your anger. One day you'll be so fed up of being bitter and about being angry and about being miserable. And guess what? When you let go of the anger, the money goes with it too, because the money came with the vibrational energy of anger. The way most people see money is very warped. We know that. That's the reason they struggle with it. You ask people, number one struggle in the world, money. Okay, sex too as well in marriages and relationships, but money. Why? Because people generally have a lack mentality. It's like a fucking virus by this point. It's a virus that's infected people's minds. I'm not saying I don't know where it comes from. It's so perverse that in common society is low vibration. That's it. You have to ascend and vibrate higher really, really quickly if you want to be successful with money, and you need to make sure that there's a constant flow of it, and not only that, you are good at managing it. Your vibration with money, the more you move higher, the more you push higher within yourself, there will be people, there will be places, there will be things that do not fit into that alignment anymore. I actually had this really interesting conversation with my mom not too long ago, and I was very impressed when she sat. We had gone for lunch, and she sat and said to me, "Oh, I feel really positive. I feel motivated. I feel abundant. Like I have enough. Blah blah." And I felt, oh, this is really good. Like her money story was completely opposite. So I was super happy to see Clonic and Mammon's work so well for her that she looks like a new person. So I was just really happy about that. Okay, so how to bring it in? How to bring it in is one simple statement that I want you guys to write down, and I wish I had those cute little subtitles at this point. You need lots of editing for videos, and I just don't care about that. It's called profit channels. Profit channels. What's your profit channel? Your profit channel cannot be a job. Most people will come and say to me, "Oh, it's a job, Nadia, it's a job." No, it can't, because in a job, your time is tied to whatever it is. If you find, like I remember there was this marketing company that wanted to work for me, and they were all like, "Time is money," and I said, "Bye," I just hung up the phone. Time is not money for me. Time is time, and money is money. I can always get money back. Money is the simplest thing in my life. I can always get it back. Time? No. I'm very, I don't take it well when people waste my time. In fact, I have very little, possibly non-negotiable time wasters in my life. If I see people time wasters, I just end it there. That's it. It's done. Because you're not contributing anything to my life, and you have to be honest in telling yourself that. Most people are not honest when they want to elevate financially. You will always hear people say behind your back, and I'm sure they say about me, "Oh, she thinks she's better than us now. Oh, she thinks she's got this now. She thinks she's better than us. She doesn't want to associate with us. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that." You will always hear chatter in the background with people, and this is coming from people who don't want to do the work to move up with you. This can cross over into a friendship video, but I think I have to do that at a later stage. Your finances to bring in more money, the answer is profit channels. What are you doing in this present time to create value for people, immeasurable, immortal, and everlasting value that people can constantly pay you for, people appreciate it for, people want to invest in themselves with your stuff, your products, your goods, your services, your experiences. Each person in this world, if they apply themselves, can do that. The thing is, people don't want to these days. They're lazy. They'd rather have free money. There was somebody I used to know, and her mentality was past me. She once said to me, "I should just be paid for existing." And I thought, what? Existing what? I was just like, and I proceeded to think things that are probably not very friendly to say on this video, so I kind of leave it out. But this is the mindset and the mentality of a parasite. Nobody gives you free money. You have to provide something of value in exchange. Even at the most base levels. I say this all the time. You guys get what I'm saying. So when you ask about making more money, it's not how can I make more money. I want you guys to change the story and say, how can I provide more value to society? How can people see more value through me? And how can that value be expanded, to that message be shared with people? That's it. Goods and services are the value you're providing people. Marketing is the message that's getting out there. That's it. It doesn't have to be this complex and annoying thing all the time. All you need to think is, what is my profit channel? Not how can I bring in more money? Where can I go to provide more value? That's it. I used to know a woman, and I said, how often do you email your email marketing list? When I want money. That's not how you do business, I said to her. She sadly, of course, was also a narcissist. So, of course, she just wanted to take, grab from people when she felt like it. She didn't create relationships with people. She didn't add anything. Of course, they're not there to create. They're there to drain you and probably kill you as well. For everybody that's gone through abuse, we know what that is. So, to bring in more money, Clonic has always said that to me, and Clonic stresses the value of merit. Clonic is the spirit that will stress the value of merit. Like, oh, I don't get these emails anymore, but in another video, I always used to say that people email me, oh, here are my bank account details. Like, Clonic does not want your soul, he doesn't want your bank details, doesn't want anything. He wants you to apply yourself, work hard, and provide value. The trouble is most people of today cannot provide value because they don't have value to start with. There's nothing valuable about most people left on this world anymore. So what you can do is read more books, educate yourself. People who are reading books is boring. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy to be boring. I write them too. Socialize with people, understand them, seek to understand who they are. Don't judge them. Oh, this person's this, oh, this person's that. There are so many people I've often said that I can help in this world, and I would love to help those people, but those people judge me. Oh my God, she works with spirits. Oh my God, she's psychic. Oh my God, she does magic. Oh my God, she must be evil. We're not gonna go to her. Because that's what's really going on in people's minds. There are so many people whose lives I could have changed with the work I've done, and it made me sad that they chose to stay where they were when I was giving them a healthy solution that would have probably within 30 to 90 days changed their entire life. But they didn't want it because they were happy being right over being rich. Most people are stuck on being, I'm right and I don't touch this stuff and blah blah this that. They're locked in this little binary tiny box mentality. And I've often said, if you have this little box mentality, don't come to me, don't waste your time coming to me, because I'm just gonna say, how open-minded are you? This is what we need to do, this is what we need to do, this is what to do. And everything is healthy. I don't do any nefarious or weird shit. Like, there's nothing creepy or spooky or weird I take people through. It's a very, very pragmatic, practical and logical way to help you gain a healthy mentality so the money is attracted towards you, because you have to be a magnet in order for money to come towards you. And money doesn't come to whiners, it doesn't come to losers, it doesn't come to people that whine about it, complain about it. Oh, my life is so hard, I wish I had this, blah blah blah. Try and keep your mouth closed for a while and just work on whatever you're working, and I can guarantee you something will come up, simply because you have the expectation that it will show up. Most people lack the expectation that anything good will happen, and I can understand that from difficult backgrounds. I don't have an issue with that at all. But I want to wrap this up really fast and say that Clonic always stresses the importance of merit and value, and if you want to bring in money at this point in time, there's the biggest wealth transfer happening. People are spending more than ever. This sounds nuts, but stay with me. People are spending more than ever. The real question you want to ask is, what value do I have? What value can I provide to everybody else? And how well can people see that value so that I can charge that? It's not greedy or dirty to charge people for what you do. It's not greedy or dirty to charge large amounts. If you're good at what you do, you should be charging high rates, especially for people in business. If you're charging low rates, you'll get low grade people. You charge high rates, you get people that value you. Okay? So to have money come towards you, you have to change your mentality, your paradigm, and your vibration that you put out towards it all the time, and to just allow yourself to receive good things in life. All right? Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments and what you have to say about Clonic. Some of you guys have some really cool Clonic stories that you email us, and we love it. I love hearing so much about what you guys do with him, or with Mammon, or with Bune, or whoever. And yeah, I really encourage everybody at this point in time that create value. If you're struggling with value, create it, read the books, educate yourself. There are skills, you can do it, and you can prosper and thrive. It is possible for you, irrespective of your story and what you've come from and where you're going, no matter what tax bracket you're currently at. All right? Thanks so much for watching. Catch you soon in the next round. Bye.